A pleasant morning, my dear children. So, I hope you are all safe at home. Now, it's a situation where we are facing COVID 19. So, I hope you are all safe at home. So, let us see the chapter Federalism. I'll be taking politics in this second chapter, Federalism, which we are going to see in this video. Okay, in this video you will be seeing only first part of the lesson. The second part of the lesson will be continued in the second video. Okay, in this video I will be saying what is federalism and what are the key features of federalism, and federalism in India will be explained detailed in the second video. Okay, let us see what is federalism. So, children, I told you in this video what we are going to learn is federalism. In this, first is the federalism chapter has been divided into two subchapters. That is, meaning and key features will be the first part, and the second part will be federalism in India. So, first we can see what is federalism. So, federalism is a system of a government in which the power has been divided between a central authority and the various constituent units of the country. That is, you people know that for a state there is a separate government, state government. Central, it is common for all the states. Okay, so it has been divided into two systems. In this, a federation has two levels of government. Both these levels of the government enjoys their own powers independently of the other. That is, the central has the power. Even though the central is having the whole power, the state have their own powers to do any decision. So now you people know that during the COVID, our state government, the beloved chief minister, he is taking his decision to save his state. So he have the authority to do such things. Now let us see. In a federation, there is two levels of government. Both the levels of the government, they enjoy their own power independently, as I told you. In this, one is the government for the entire country. That is usually responsible for few subjects of the common national interest. Another one is government at the level of province. That is, which I told you, depends upon the state. That is, provinces or states, that looks after much of the day-to-day administering of their state. That means the state government is responsible for what are the things we are day-to-day life, everything what is happening daily. In this and all, it is based upon only the state government. It is not based upon the central government authorities. Now, here we are going to see the difference between unitary system and federal system. Okay, I'll draw the difference between, I'll put the two columns and show you. Just wait, okay? So, a federation, as I told you before, a federation has two levels of the government. Both these levels of the government enjoy their own powers independently. So, one of the government is for the entire country. That is usually responsible for the few subjects of common national interest. Another one is government at the level of the province, which I told you, that is, it depends upon the state government. Here we are going to see the difference between unitary system and the federal system. The main three differences which I quoted here is, in the unitary system, there is only one level of government, or the sub-units are subordinate to the central government. Even though if they have any subordinates, that also will be sub-units will be subordinate towards the central government only. If you see in the federal system, there is only two or more levels of government is there. Okay, but in this unitary unit only, there is only one level. That is the first difference. Then when we come towards the second difference, the central government can pass an order to the local government. That is, the central government can pass an order towards the local government. Here, the central government cannot order the state government to do something. They can pass an order, but they can't. In this federal system, the central government cannot order the state that you have to do this. You must do in that way only. That is not, they cannot give an order in this way. So you can see, no, that is now what we are facing. Nowadays, the minister is taking his decision as per the condition of our state, because the exact condition of the state will not be known by the central government, those who are sitting there and ruling. Okay, now final, we come towards the third difference, that is the central government is a supreme. You know the meaning of it because you were studying politics for the past 2 years, right? So, supreme and the administrative division that exercise only the powers that central government has delegated to them. They have certain powers which has been delegated to them. Their powers may be broadened and narrowed by the central government, that is by the central. Here, the state government, the federal system, the state government has the powers of their own, which is not answerable to the central government. There is no need for the state government to answer towards the central government. Now we understand what is the difference between the unitary system and the federal system. Children, listen here. I have written everything on the board. Better you copy these things and write it in your notes. Either write it in your notes or take your textbook and underline the main points which I have written on the board. Okay. I hope you understood what is federalism, and next to the unitary. I am going to see the key features of federalism. So the first point is there are 2 or more levels of government which we learned in the beginning of this chapter itself. The next one is different tiers of government. Don't think tiers is a different word. Tiers is nothing but it is a level only. Okay. Different tiers of government govern the same citizen, but each tier has its own jurisdiction. Okay. So here what we are learning is the citizen. Same citizen has been governed by the both government, that is the state government and the central government. Jurisdiction is nothing but it is the authority of the officials, those who have the rights to take a decision, and they will, that is called jurisdiction. It's a specific matter of legislation, taxation and administration. Once again I repeat, the different tiers of the government govern the same citizen, but each tier has their own jurisdiction. The jurisdiction is, that is the authority which they have the rights to take a decision on specific matters. That is, they have a rights to take the decision in some of the matters, which is legislation, taxation and administration. Now we move on towards the third feature. Third feature is that the existence and the authority of each tier of each level of the government is constitutionally guaranteed. That is, the existence and the authority of each tier of the level of the government is constitutionally, it is guaranteed. There is no change in that. Okay. Once they have taken a decision, it is guaranteed for till the ruling time of them. Okay. Next, the fourth one is the fundamental provisions and of the constitution cannot be unilaterally changed by one level of the government. Such changes requires consent of both the level of the government. That is some of the fundamental provisions. There will be some of the fundamental provisions which is same for the constitution. That is decided by the constitution. Constitution means all over the full India. Okay, it cannot be unilaterally changed by one level of the government. That is, the state cannot change that such things and all. If they want to change it, they have to consent. They have the consent by the both levels of the government. They will be having a discussion. After that only it will be changed. Now the fifth one is the courts only have the power. It is the Supreme Court only have the power to interpret. That is, interpret in the constitution and the powers of the level of the government. That is, only the Supreme Court has the rights to interpret. That is, they can involve and they can ask questions. They can ask the questions towards the government. Only the Supreme Court have the power to interpret the constitution and the powers of the different levels of the government. So children, I have explained you the 5 key features. I hope you understood. Okay, now we move on towards the 6th and the 7th key features of federalism. Okay. So the 6th key feature is sources of revenue for each level of the government are clearly specified to ensure its financial autonomy. That is, the sources of the revenue each level government are clearly specified. When we are making the budget and other things and all, they used to fix the rates for these things and all. This depends upon the state. Okay, so here the source of revenue of each level of the government are clearly specified to ensure its financial autonomy. The next one is the federal system as dual objectives. There are dual objectives. The two dual objectives are to safeguard and promote the unity of the country. That is, they have the one thing is they have to follow is the safeguard and promote the unity of the country. They should have the unity among the country. Another one is accommodate regional diversity. What do you mean by regional diversity? That is the what are the things, basic things. A person should be, a citizen should be respect. That is, if it is a man or a woman, you have to respect both of them. Or if they are belong to any religion, you have to respect them. So such basic things. So we have to accommodate the regional diversity. So these are the main key features of federalism. Once again, I repeat you from the first. There are 2 more levels of the government. First one, the next one is different tiers of government govern the same citizen, but each tier has its own jurisdiction. That is, which I told you, they have their own decision. And they have the rights to take a decision based upon the legislation, taxation and administration. The third one is the existence and the authority of each level of the government is constitutionally guaranteed. The next one is the fundamental provisions of the constitution cannot be unilaterally changed by one level. If they want to make a change, they have to give a consent to the both level of the government. Next one is only the court, only the Supreme Court have the power to interpret towards the constitution of the different levels of the government. The next one is, as I told you, sources of the revenue will be each level of the government is clearly specified to ensure the financial autonomy of each of the country. Okay, next is the federal system has dual objectives. One is the safeguard and promote the unity of the country. Other one is accommodate the regional diversity. Regional diversity is nothing but you have to respect every citizen of the country and their rights, and even it is a man or a woman, or if it is a Hindu, or if it is a Muslim, if it is a Christian, we have to respect them. Okay, I hope you understand the key features of the federalism. Now we move towards the types of federalism. So now we move on towards the types of federalism. So there are 2 types of federation. One is coming together federation and another one is holding together federation. So once again I repeat you, what are the 2 types of federalism? Coming together federation and holding together federation. Coming together federation is nothing but independent state voluntarily form a bigger union. They already got individual, that is mean the independent states, they voluntarily form a bigger union. But when you see the holding together federation is a large country, they decide and they divide. They divide its power between the state and the central government. The next one is they enhance their security by polling their sovereignty and identity. So I will write on the board the difference, then it will be easy for you to take a note. Okay. As I told you, the types of federalism is coming together federation and the holding together federation. Coming together federation is independent state voluntarily form a bigger union. They form a bigger union, but in the holding together, it is a large country and they decide. That is, they can't maintain by their own. So they divide the powers between the state and the central government. The other one is coming together is they enhance their security by pooling their identity or sovereignty. The central government is more powerful than the state government. When you say the holding together means that they are divided into central government and the state government. Even though they have the rights to take a decision for their own state, the central government has the more powers. So the central government is more powerful. Here, in the coming together federation, the first route involves independent states and they coming together their own to form bigger unit. This kind is coming together federation and it formed in the places where USA, Switzerland and Australia. This type of federation is followed only in the country called USA, Switzerland and Australia. Which type of federation is followed in USA, Switzerland and Australia? It is coming together federation. Now the holding together federation, it's a thing which the federation which is followed in our country, that is India, Spain and Belgium. These are the countries which is following this system of federation is holding together federation. So I hope you have understood what are the things I have taught you today. Now let us have a recall. Okay, first thing what we studied, meaning of federalism. What do you mean by federalism? It's a system of a government which powers is divided between the central authority and the various constitution units of the country. And the federation has two levels of government. Both these levels of the government enjoy their powers independently of the other. One is the government for the entire country, that is usually responsible for few subjects of the common national interest. Another one is government at the levels of the province or the state that looks after much of the day-to-day administering of their state. Next what we studied, that is unitary system and the federal system. Unitary system is nothing but there is only one level of government or the subunits are subordinate towards the central government. Federal system is there are two or more levels of government. The other word which we studied for level was tiers. Okay, the central government can pass an order towards the local government, but the central government cannot order the state. That is, there is a difference. The central government can pass an order. That is, you have to do this this way. This is the format they can say, but they doesn't have the rights to order the state to do something. That you have to do this. That right they doesn't have. Another one is the central government is supreme and the administrative division exercise only powers. The central government has delegated to them. Their powers can be broadened or narrowed. But in the federal system, the state government has the powers of its own for which it is not answerable to the central government. The next thing what we studied, 7 key features of the federalism. First one is there are 2 or more levels of government. Another one is different levels of the government govern the same citizen, but each level has its own jurisdiction. What do you mean by jurisdiction? Is the rights, the authority which has the right to take a decision. Specific matters such as legislation, taxation and administration. The next one is the existence and the authority of each tier of the government is constitutionally guaranteed. The fundamental province of the constitution cannot be unilaterally changed. So like this we have learned 7 key features of the federalism. The last feature was the federal system has a dual objective, that is to safeguard and promote the unity of the country and accommodate the regional diversity. The last one which we studied was the types of federalism. I'll say in a short way. That is, first one is coming together federalism and the another one is holding together. The first route involves the independent state, that is coming together on their own form to form a bigger unit. The kind of coming together federation, it is formed in the countries of USA, Switzerland and Australia. The second route of the large country decides to divide their powers between the constituent state and the national government. That kind is said to be a holding together federation, which is followed in our own country, that is India, Spain and Belgium. Okay. Now take a textbook. I hope the page number is 16. In that there is an activity given for you. There are some Nepalians, citizens, they were having a discussion and they proposed on the adoption of federalism. They were having a discussion, that is some few children, that is Khanraj, other one is Sarita and Babula. These people were having some discussion about their federalism. Now you people can have a discussion, that is, if you were participating in the conversation, what do you respond to each other? Please, which of these reflect a wrong understanding of what federalism is? So if that condition was there, what will be your opinion or what will be your suggestion about the federalism? What you will say? Federalism is a system of government which is the power is divided into central authority and the various constituent units of the country. Okay, so I hope you understood everything. Just read the chapter and note down the points which I have discussed with you. If you have any doubts, you can ask me through WhatsApp. Okay, so thank you. We have learned what is federalism, key features of federalism and the types of federalism. In the next video, we will be learning federalism in India. Okay.